Right.
in whether in sales or your day-to-day life, your family life, your professional life. Relationship is very important.
Right.
So I use that to an extent, and I asked this gentleman that, sir, I am assuming that you are married. He said yes. I said, I don't want to assume, but do you have kids? He
Mhm.
said, yes, I have two daughters who are, one is in college and one is about to enter college.
And you talk about the fact that you don't need to be a hero to close a role. Very powerful.
Yes.
But where did that belief come from? And how can we make TA more operational than heroic?
Yeah, that's a very profound statement, and I stand by that. You don't need a hero to close a role.
Mhm.
I talk in examples, and I talk from either my example. If my example doesn't fit in, I take examples from someone else.
Mhm.
So I'm sure that you know Amitabh Bachchan.
Yes, of course, we all do.
Two categories: batsman or a bowler.
Uh-huh.
Alternate inception is fielder. If you have a good fielder,
Uh-huh.
he will back your bowler and batsman both.
I love this. Hi everyone, welcome to Talent Superheroes. Today on Talent Superheroes, we are joined by someone whose hiring playbook has been sharpened not just in boardrooms but on front lines. He applied early practical skills from sales to go on to lead global hiring. And the fun part is, Athar's actually been, an assistant director, played a small part in a movie, was an opening batsman, opening bowler for his state team, went on to do sales, and now he's the senior director and global head of talent acquisition at Vee Healthtek. He
Yeah.
leads fast-paced, high-volume hiring across global markets. Systems are sharp, structured, scalable. But I think what was really awesome is that the belief is that you shouldn't be a hero to close a room, right? That makes a story stand out. Athar, thrilled to have you on the Talent Superheroes.
My
Welcome to the show.
pleasure. My pleasure, Sudarshan. Thank you very much for having me on your show today. And I hope that we make it interesting and knowledge sharing for someone watching us or listening to us.
We absolutely will, Athar. I'm very confident of that. Let's start with sales. Yeah, you started in direct sales, right?
Yeah.
Can you give us a flavor of what were you selling, and how uh, sales kind of helped you or still guides how you hire and build relationships?
I'll have to go back to my olden golden days when I was a bit more younger than what I am today.
Uh,
But yes, my journey started with selling mobile phones,
oh, nice.
and I'm fortunate enough, and I would say that I'm the culprit who sold one of the first mobile phone of the country.
Oh, nice. Very
That
nice.
was with the first cellular phone providers or the service providers that you used to call that time. That's BPL mobiles. That
Ah,
was in
yes.
Mumbai, and I used to go to door to door, door to door, door to door, try to sell one mobile phone to someone who will be able to afford that phone. You know, it's not just the buying of the big compass box phone handset, but also we used to sell the SIM cards
Uh-huh.
at an exorbitant price,
Wow.
and there were call charges. Outgoing was charged 24 rupees, 25 rupees per minute, and
Wow.
incoming was charged 14 rupees, 12 rupees per minute. Even the SMS of 160 characters used to cost you double digit in rupees those days. I'm talking about, I don't want to tell about the number of years, how long
Sir,
it was,
you
otherwise you will
mentioned
feel I'm a very
BPL
old person.
mobile. That
Yeah.
BPL mobile was even before Orange. So I think
Yes.
we can compute the years anyways, but must have been very
Yeah. So,
heartbreaking, no? Going door to door, like a lot of people couldn't have afforded. Like, I mean, we can't even imagine the kind of costs and rates that you're talking about now, right?
yeah, Sudarshan, I tell you what, those days it was very difficult to sell even one mobile phone in a month. And I was struggling to sell, and I was thinking, what am I doing? Where have I got into? I'm so nice to talk to, so pleasant to talk to, and so handsome and good looking even those times. But people are not buying the mobile phone from me. So I can tell you a small story if you don't mind.
Yeah.
One of my first deals, okay,
Uh-huh.
and those days the commissions used to be 20% of your sale.
Wow.
So you sell a phone for 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh rupees, 20% what? So I was sitting with this gentleman. I remember it was Mittal Chambers on Nariman Point in Mumbai.
Uh-huh.
I used to go to all the floors of the building one by one, going down. So I was sitting with this gentleman. He was the chairman of the company, and he said, "Athar, have you gone mad?" I said, "What happened, sir?" He said, "Athar, I have five landline phones here,
Uh-huh.
and I'm paying 1 rupee for 3 minutes,
Uh-huh.
and I have phones at home also. You're asking me to pay 24 rupees for 1 minute. And even incoming, you are going to charge me here. Incoming is free. So why should I take your phone? So why I'm telling this story, Sudarshan, because relationships and references mean a lot
Right. Right.
in whether in sales or your day-to-day life, your family life, your professional life. Relationship is very important.
Right.
So I use that to an extent, and I asked this gentleman that, sir, I'm assuming that you're married. He said yes. I said, I don't want to assume, but do you have kids?
Mm-hmm.
He said, yes, I have two daughters who are one is in college and one is about to enter college. I said, okay, sir, just imagine your daughters have gone to college,
Mm-hmm.
it's evening, and they have not returned home.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do?
Mm-hmm.
He said, they can call me on the landline or they can call at home and talk to their mom. I said, no, they are not calling and they have not returned home.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do?
Mm-hmm.
So he thought and thought and thought and thought a lot, and he said, "I'll ask my wife what has happened. Go to the college and see." I said, "Your wife has also gone to the college, but she didn't find the children. It's evening now."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Then I'll go to the police. I'll do something about finding my daughters out."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Sir, I'll tell you what. Very simple is, if they have a mobile phone,
Mm-hmm.
you can call them.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it is 24 rupees, I don't think it is very costly for getting to know where your daughter is."
Hmm. Nice. Very nice.
And in case if they get stuck somewhere, they're in traffic or it's raining, Mumbai is always flooded during monsoon. If there's some problem, they can always call either you or your wife. He
Right.
said, yeah. And then to keep it short and simple, he got emotional, and I could see his eyes, he got very emotional.
Right.
And I tried to cash on that, and I built more relationship, and ultimately I took out a form. So this is a form. If you feel that mobile phone is necessary for the family at least, if not for anything else, you may sign. Otherwise, it's entirely up to you.
Right.
And with emotions, he signed off.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah.
But
Congratulations.
the story does not end there.
Uh-huh.
I'm coming to talent acquisition here.
Uh-huh.
While doing that sale, I pulled out one more form.
Uh-huh.
I said, "Sir, I think you told me you have two daughters."
Yes. Yes.
And he said, "Very smart, huh? You're taking reference from me from my daughter to another daughter." I
Right.
said, "Sir, again, your two daughters, they might be in two different colleges or two different places." So ultimately, he signed up for
Nice.
two.
Very nice.
My first sale was two mobile phones at the same time. The
Nice.
whole month, I didn't get anything, but
Uh-huh.
because of building this small relationship, I could get two. Now, same thing happens in talent acquisition also in recruitment. You see, you have a candidate is selected or not selected, he goes home and you are fine. But a lot of times people forget to take reference from that candidate.
Right. Right.
Now, if one candidate gives you two, three references, you have two, three more chances, and then you take reference from those three also and those three also. It builds a build tree.
Oh, absolutely.
So very important is whether you are selling something or you're in your professional career, whatever you are doing, it's
Mm-hmm.
important to build relationship. It will yield results
Right.
and cash on that relationship or whatever results you've got and multiply.
Oh,
Right?
and
Don't miss the opportunity.
oh, absolutely. I think very well said. Because especially if one candidate can give you three, and each of those three can give you three, you've now built a virality loop where effectively you're
Absolutely
going to have a continuous supply of candidates, right? And in a high volume setup, that's like, they're going to be trusted, so they're going to listen to
true.
you, which is a little
Right.
bit better. But let's dive in a little bit into operationalizing TA, right? Like, I think one of the things is you've led hiring engines, they move fast, they have to stay sharp. And you've talked about, and you've done quite a bit of scale too. So, there's a lot of heroism we see in talent acquisition, right? Where
True.
somebody steps in last moment, tries to, convince, talk to the hiring manager, manage an escalation. There's a lot of heroism generally. And you talk about the fact that you don't need to be a hero to close a role. Very powerful.
Yes.
But where did that belief come from? And how can we make TA more operational than heroic?
Yeah, that's a very profound statement, and I stand by that. You don't need a hero to close a role.
Hmm.
I talk in examples, and I talk from either my example. If my example doesn't fit in, I take examples from someone else.
Hmm.
So I'm sure that you know Amitabh Bachchan.
Yes, of course, we all do.
I repeat my question: do you know Amitabh Bachchan, or you know about him?
We all know about him, no? We don't know Amitabh
Exactly.
Bachchan as such, right? So,
Exactly. But I've been fortunate that I have met him a couple of times during my journey, and I've taken some tips from him. So there
uh-huh,
was a time when Amitabh Bachchan was very new.
uh-huh,
His first film flopped,
yeah,
second film flopped,
uh-huh,
third flopped,
uh-huh.
fourth flopped,
Wow. This I
fifth
did not
also
know.
flopped.
Wow.
Sixth movie came, that also flopped.
Uh-huh.
Seventh came, it flopped. Eighth came, flopped. People stopped working with him. There were no stars who wanted to work with him. No directors wanted to take him. No heroines or actresses wanted to work with him. Eighth film came, ninth film came, 10th film came. All flopped.
Wow. I had no idea.
Then came 11th movie, and it changed his career, his destiny. That movie was Zanjeer.
Yeah.
So Prakash Mehra, as a director, he was looking out for a hero, and he approached a lot of people of those days, big
Uh-huh.
stars, and nobody wanted to take that movie, saying, "Who will who will idealize this angry young man, police inspector, as a hero?"
Uh-huh.
But then, ultimately, Prakash Mehra took Amitabh Bachchan, and mind you, Amitabh Bachchan was not a hero that time.
Correct. Correct.
Prakash Mehra was also not a hero that time.
Uh-huh.
They met each other, and
Uh-huh.
they created history.
Yeah,
So
true.
Prakash Mehra had to close a role, and he took Amitabh Bachchan. You
Right.
have a recruiter. You might be a good recruiter, you might be a great recruiter, but you don't have to be a superhero to close one role. There can be someone who's a junior or someone who comes with a greater idea, and he or she can close the role.
Mhm.
So it's about the passion that you work with, it's about the effort that you put in, it's about the knowledge that you take from your colleagues, and you put that all together.
Uh-huh.
Make a masala movie and you'll get a hit.
Nice. Nice. So, tell me, when we have to make this, like, if you have to go from like a heroic story, right, to an operational story, I'm
Yeah,
sure, you must have put like the right team structures, the right, processes, because at the end of the day, if the person's not the hero, the process has to be the hero, right?
right.
But as human beings, we always want to take a shortcut away from the process. So, how do you kind of educate everybody to not go do jugaad? Because we're also very good as a country in doing jugaad, right?
Yeah, sellotapes works everywhere.
Yeah.
But you know what, Sudarshan? I have team. I have worked with various people, whether here or anywhere else, and fortunately, I have worked into operations also, so I know a lot of operations. If you teach your people about the basics and they stick to that,
Mhm,
it will help you.
mhm,
For example, you have to close a position which is going to be, let's say, starting a new project in the month of 1st of August. Just a hypothetical example.
mhm,
Or your people should know, if you hire ahead of time,
mhm,
is it good?
mhm.
I don't think so.
Right, right,
If you hire ahead of time, you'll have to pay 1 month salary extra.
correct,
If you hire late, you
right,
might lose the revenue.
correct,
So the most important and uh, the cream or the top of the pudding is, know what is the right time to hire.
correct,
You be with your stakeholders. If they want a person to be starting production on 1st of August, the chances are they will tell you, I need a person by end of July or
correct,
20th of July, just to be on the safer side.
correct, correct,
But if you have a good connect with them,
right,
they will tell you in reality when exactly do they want the person to be onboarded, so
correct,
that they don't end up paying extra salary, or they don't lose the revenue that would have come out of it post 1st of August.
right.
So your team should know that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm very fortunate that I mostly talk about the numbers. I talk about revenues and money when we are doing recruitment, and people sometimes laugh at me. They don't tell it, but I can realize from the body language that why is Athar talking about money? We are talking about hiring a resource. Athar is talking about revenue and money and all that. But over the period of time, I have realized that people have understood And today in my team, everybody knows what is a CPH
Right, right, right.
and what could be the ROI if a person is hired earlier or later.
Correct,
So
correct.
if they know what do you mean by in-time hiring, on-time hiring, that's going to be a fruitful lesson for everybody, and it's going to be it's going to make your stakeholders happy, and you continue doing the job.
And then you as TA also end up talking the language of business, right? And you're
Yes.
enabling business at the right time, which makes a lot of sense. And not enough TA folks do this or even understand that every job role is put out to impact top line or bottom line. So every time you hire a person, you're impacting that, and not everybody even gets that. And I keep shouting from the rooftops, but I'm glad to see that you're kind of talking the language within as well, because what we do is pretty strategic. Um, Thankless, strategic for sure. But yeah, good to know. Hey, now let's switch, right? I mean, you've been an opener, you've been a all-rounder, pretty much, right? An opening batsman, opening bowler. Um, you built a TA engine that plays like a balanced team, right? Like, if you have process, that means you have good openers, a good middle order, a good finisher who closes. If you have to draft a player as AI into your squad, is it going to be an all-rounder? Is it going to be a specialist focused on just say sourcing, or maybe like a DRS for all you know, right? Double check all the tricky calls. Uh, so where do you see AI come in?
Sudarshan, let me break the shackles here. AI is not new; it has always been there.
Right.
It's just a name that is given to it, artificial intelligence. I call it, and you can quote me.
Uh-huh.
It's my derivation of AI. For me, it's called alternate inception.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Takes me to the
Alternate
movie.
alternate inceptions have always been there.
Uh-huh.
If you look at the movies, earlier movies, I remember there was a movie known as called Naya Daur,
Uh-huh.
New Era of
Uh-huh.
Dilip Kumar.
Uh-huh.
In that movie, there were bullock carts, and the drivers of the bullock carts, riders of the bullock carts, and suddenly Britishers bring motor cars.
Right.
So these bullock cart people started thinking our jobs are going to go,
Right. Right.
and then the whole movie was based on that how to win over the motor cars.
Nice.
They win over the motor cars, and film became a hit. But
Uh-huh.
ultimately, the reality is it's the motor cars who win. Today, if
Correct.
you see, motor cars have generated millions of jobs.
Correct.
Manufacturing of so many cars and engine and so many spare parts of the a motor car. Where are the bullock cars today? They thought they'll lose the job,
Correct. They
but
created jobs.
correct, it created jobs.
Yeah.
Now, the rider or a driver of a bullock cart, had he upskilled himself and made himself to be a driver of a car,
Uh-huh.
today he would have been owning a transport company.
Nice. Very nice.
So
Yeah.
I would say alternate inception was always there. It's
Mhm.
up to you. If you take it, good. If you don't take it, someone else will.
Correct.
And bringing the analogy of cricket that you started with, a bowler or a batsman, right? People think about that. But look at the people like John T. Rhodes,
Uh-huh.
Mohammad Azharuddin,
Right.
or recently Ravindra Jadeja.
Right.
If he doesn't bowl well, doesn't bat well, he saves at least 20-25 runs in a match.
Correct. Correct.
And that fielder could be your saving grace of the match.
Right.
A
Right.
fielder could change the course of the match.
Right.
A fielder can make you win the match or save the match.
Nice.
It's not just about two categories, batsman or a bowler.
Uh-huh.
Alternate inception is fielder. If you have a good fielder,
Uh-huh.
he will back your bowler and batsman both.
I love this.
AI for me is like a fielder,
Mm-hmm.
a very good fielder at that,
Mm-hmm.
and he can overcome your biggest heroes in your recruitment team.
Oh, and Athar, what I love about it is whether you're a batsman or a bowler, you absolutely have to field. So if you have AI, it kind of equips you in every part of your job role, and
Exactly.
you can do so much better, right? I think, personally, if you look at it, it allows you to even brainstorm with it, and it allows you to kind of bring AI in so you can focus on really building trust with candidates, right?
So
That's
many
such a
things. You can do so many other things.
yeah,
Leave the job of fielding to someone who is good at fielding. You are doing your batting or bowling, you do that. You are trying to find a candidate, sourcing a candidate, do that. But
correct,
there's AI who can do something else, and it can save you time and your money and your energy.
correct. And the best part is, if you actually establish trust with candidates, they'll be more happy to give you, three references for you to go keep building your pipeline, right? Which is exactly goes back to what you talked about, which is how can we leverage, relationships, right? And leverage relationships to kind of build a pipeline and go forward.
True.
So let's switch to a couple of things, right? So, you talked about the language of business. It's not clear to a lot of TA folks, right, on how you achieve that, right? You spend time working with P&L owners, you understand margins, you're talking ROI, right? How do you drive the business conversation, right? Um, and how do you use that to unlock budget? Because a lot of times TA does not get budget, but the reality is the ROI is within TA itself.
Yeah.
How have you been able to achieve that?
So going back to maybe 7, 8 years, if not more,
Mhm.
there was a time where everybody would have noticed proxy interviews or fake interviews, or
Mhm.
someone taking interview on the name of someone else.
Correct.
There was a lot of chaos happening in the market about 7, 8 years back. And that's the time someone came to me and said, Athar, what to do? Every second, third interview we take, there's someone else who's taking the interview and documents are same. A lot of fakeism was happening. And then I came across a gentleman who taught me about proctored interviews.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what is this word proctored? Is it another alternate inception? So he said, no, in proctored interviews, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. Then I discussed with the tech team and I spoke to a lot of people in IT, and finally we figured out that there can be something wherein the interviews can be taken by someone else rather than the candidate being someone else.
Correct. Correct.
Let's say if Sudarshan is a candidate, Sudarshan might fake himself and sorry for the example,
No problem at
Sudarshan
all.
might get someone else to be a candidate in place of him.
Correct.
How about recruiter also doing the same?
Mm-hmm.
AI takes the interview.
Right. Exactly.
So that switch I understood, and
Right.
that's where I started focusing more on how to have the interviews being taken by someone else.
Correct.
Let machine decide. Machine learning was also starting that time. Train the machines on what questions to ask. At least the first or maybe the second round of interviews can be done by this machine,
Correct.
and it can save recruiters time, it can save everybody's time.
Correct.
Finally, when the reports come out through AI generated reports or graphical representations, you can figure out which candidate you want to actually talk to.
Right. Right.
And I noticed that it started saving time.
Right.
People started becoming comfortable.
Uh,
Oh, I have 10 people to take interview off, I don't have time, I'll put all those 10 into AI. You do
right.
your job and give me two people from there. And
Correct.
it started working well.
Right.
And when it started working well, everybody started realizing, oh, it's doing good. And today you see every second, third company is waiting for how to utilize AI, how to get better. Of course, cost also comes with it, but
Correct.
the physical cost of using AI is much lower than the cost that you are saving in
Correct.
terms of time and your manpower. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. No, I love it. In fact, if you think about it, you touched upon impersonation. And I keep telling people, if you can walk into an airport, show your face, and enter, then definitely the tech is good enough for it to detect and be in every interview and say, is the same person come or not. And the second aspect of it is, interestingly, last month at SHRM, we launched Amy, who's your AI interview agent, right? And basically, what Amy does is she doesn't tire, she can have interviews, and she can take several interviews in parallel and ultimately give you the right results and tell you here are the only people to go focus on. So I like how you switch that out to say if candidates can use proxy, why can't we use it for panelists? Saves a lot of effort and time, and yeah, it makes the whole interview process shorter, right? Which is and more structured.
Yes.
Um, let's I think we're pretty much at the end of time, so I'm going to close with this, right? And I love all the storytelling, right? So if you can help me, we have a tradition on talent superheroes, right? We've talked from handset to headcount. We've talked cricket. We've talked, sales, and I loved all the storytelling. Can you please tell me one recommendation. It can be a book, it can be a movie. You're a definite cricketer as well. Uh, why did you tell us something that inspired you, or something that you would recommend to our audience?
Hmm. Oh, so you are throwing a googly at me now. Now it's this is a tough question. Is it the last question?
It absolutely is. That's
You
our
kept
tradition.
you
So
kept
we have to end with
the best for
something.
the last. Ah, so I'll tell you what, Sudarshan. There can be someone who is avid reader,
Hmm.
someone who likes to read.
Hmm.
I can recommend a book.
Hmm.
But if someone is into cricket, he
Hmm.
might not read a book.
Correct.
For him, I have to give an example of a cricket match or something.
Right.
If someone is a movie buff, then
Hmm.
I'll have to give an example of a movie. So I
Right.
don't want people to shift gears or shift their passion.
I leave it to you. You want to give one for each? That's great. You want to pick one? That's great too.
I think I'll have a mixed breed here.
Sure.
Let me see if that works out. If it satisfies your questioning. Uh, let's say there's a football match.
Hmm.
There's Spain on one side, there's Portugal on other side, or you can say any Brazilian team or a big team. Two big teams are there.
Hmm.
There are 11 players, 11 this side, 11 this side.
Hmm.
There's a goalkeeper. There are two referees on linemen, and there's a referee in the middle. There are cameras, and the match is about to start.
Uh-huh.
But there's one thing missing.
Uh-huh.
There's no goalpost.
Okay.
Would you like to go and watch that match? No matter how
Becomes
big teams are
pointless.
playing,
Yeah, becomes
you would
pointless.
not want to go and watch that match
Right.
because the goalpost is missing.
Correct.
Let's shift to cricket.
Uh-huh.
There's India Pakistan match or India Australia match, a great match. Players are there, batsmen are in the ground, fielders are all spread across the boundaries and the points where they have to be, and the wicket keeper is there, umpire is there, the third men are there, DRS is open,
Uh-huh.
but there are no stumps.
Right. Right. I see where you're going.
Would you like to go and watch that
Not
match?
really. Not really.
No. Similarly, if there's a movie, hero and heroine, they don't have anything to target. They don't have any end result to achieve.
Right.
Movie will be a flop,
Correct.
right? A basketball match. If there's no basket, what are you playing for?
Correct.
So my thought, my uh, $1 thought to everybody, or one penny thought, whatever you want to call it, to everybody is: please ensure that you have a goal.
Nice.
If
Nice.
you don't have a goal, no matter how good a player you are, you will stop playing. No
Right.
matter how good looking you are, people will stop looking at you. If
Right.
you don't have a goal and you're not chasing your goal, you're not chasing your dreams.
Right.
If you come in the morning, I tell my team every day, when you come in the morning, I will not have a morning meeting. I will not have a pre-shift briefings and all.
Uh-huh.
You ask yourself, what is it that you want to do today?
Uh-huh.
You decide.
Uh-huh.
When you leave for the day, I have not kept time. You can, if you have, if you can come to my office anytime, please come. Feel free to talk to anybody. There's no end time.
Nice.
Before you leave, ask yourself, did you achieve what you had set in the morning?
Nice.
And before you leave for the day, ask yourself, have I done something different today?
Nice.
If you
Very
have achieved your goal, good. If you have not achieved, no problem. But did you do anything different to achieve that? Next day, when you come in the morning, again the same question: what are you going to do today? And are you, at the end of the day, have you achieved it? If yes, good. If no, why not? Did you do something different?
nice.
So always have a goal in front of you. Dream big. Dreams come true.
Love
uh,
it.
Aspirations come true. Have a larger vision, have a bigger vision. Collaborate well with your operations, collaborate well with your colleague, learn from them. Whether they're juniors or seniors, doesn't matter. You always learn from the people, you learn from the society, you learn from the colleagues, you
Mhm.
learn from the family, you learn from your mother, father, brother, sister, cousin, auntie, uncle, anybody.
Mhm.
Anybody you go to can teach you something, but
Nice.
it's up to you to approach, because I don't know what you don't know.
Nice.
If you come and ask me, I can help
Yeah.
if I can, of course. But otherwise, it's up to you. Have a goal, have a vision. And
Lovely.
always remember one last thing, always remember today is the first day of the rest of your life. Try to make it count.
Wow, man. I think you left us with so many punchlines there. I think it's brilliant. Consistency, ability to have a goal, work towards it, dream big, learn from everybody. I think, it's been a fabulous podcast, Athar. Thank you so much
My
for making
pleasure.
your time. Thank you for all the stories. I mean, I love the stories from sales all the way through to, uh, the goalpost one. So thank you. Absolute pleasure, Athar Anjum. You're a talent superhero. Thank you for making time and sharing your insights.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. And have a nice day, nice evening ahead, whatever time zone you are at. And love you all the listeners. Take care. Be blessed. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very
Thank
much.
you so much.